What pseudo-experts rely on most is not knowledge, but preset emotions. Many people believe pseudo-experts rely on information asymmetry. They know things we don't. But if you observe more closely, you'll find that what they truly rely on is not knowledge at all, but deciding in advance what emotion you should use to view an issue. Have you noticed that some content isn't explaining anything from the very first sentence, but is instead setting the tone? Right from the start, they tell you, this must be problematic. There's definitely something suspicious behind this. Don't be fooled by the surface. Once the emotional frame is set, all information that follows is forced to fit inside it. What you see is no longer raw facts, but a processed version of reality colored by emotion. Pseudo-experts understand one thing very well. Once emotion enters first, judgment becomes extremely fragile and extremely easy to manipulate. So they deliberately create the feeling that you're being kept in the dark. They reinforce uncertainty with vague language. Some people have said, insiders revealed. The real reason hasn't been made public. Notice that these statements usually have no concrete sources. The purpose isn't to prove anything. It's to create an atmosphere. Once that atmosphere is established and your emotions enter alert mode, you become more receptive to whatever comes next. Because without realizing it, you've already adopted suspicion as your default stance. This is exactly the situation pseudo-experts want. They don't need real evidence. They just need to put you into the emotional state that favors their viewpoint. Once emotions are set, logic no longer matters. You'll notice they rarely encourage calm comparison of information and rarely remind you to examine background, conditions, or data sources. They want you to enter emotion quickly and return to rationality slowly. Truly professional content works in the opposite direction. It tells you which emotions come from facts and which come from speculation. It reminds you of boundaries instead of pulling you into a single emotional atmosphere. So when you see someone repeatedly using preset emotions, pulling your attention away from logic toward mood, from facts toward suspicion, from analysis toward guesswork, you should ask yourself one key question. If I didn't start with this emotion, would I reach the same conclusion? Very often, what pseudo-experts truly control is not your opinion, but the mood you're in when you begin thinking. And once emotion is controlled, opinions naturally drift with it.